Rebecca Bloomwood. Dress, Zach Posen. Belt, Todd Oldham Vintage. Bag, Gucci. You know that thing when you see someone cute and he smiles and your heart kind of goes like warm butter sliding down hot toast? Well, that's what it's like when I see a store.
How are you gonna pay this debt?
The entertainment industry has taken note of the shopaholic tendencies of women. It features characters like Carrie Bradshaw, the shoe-loving lead of Sex and the City, who's obsessed with pricey Manolo Blahniks and figures that she's already spent more than $40,000 on shoes. My name is Mary Cassian. Welcome to the Girls Gone Wise video book blog. As we rejoin the story of our Proverbs 7 woman, we see that she's a shopaholic. She tries to pique the young man's interest by describing her bedroom. She says, "I have spread my couch with coverings, colored linens from Egyptian linen. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon." You see, she's trying to entice him with a description of how luxurious she set her bedroom up to be. And the type of bed that she's describing is really, or was, an impractical extravagance in that day. Very few people would have afforded that type of extravagance or would have allowed themselves to indulge in it. She wanted the guy to know that she didn't sleep on a pallet on the floor like a lowly commoner. Her bed was a couch. It was a luxury item. She also makes sure to mention that she had spread her bed with coverings of delicate cushions and with linens imported from Egypt. Egyptian linen was the top-of-the-line designer brand. It was the finest of the finest. It was the most desirable cloth in the whole world. Colored Egyptian linens were a particularly opulent indulgence. So the woman lets him know that she had exquisite designer label decor. And I'm sure he was wowed. His eyebrows probably even rose further when he heard that she perfumed her linens and she had used imported and exotic pricey fragrances to perfume them. She makes it clear that she spared no expense in preparing for their night of romance. She had prepared a sumptuous feast for his palate and for his senses, and she was wanting him and inviting him to indulge. The fact that this woman takes such care to detail the extravagant luxury of her possessions gives us a clue as to her attitude towards them. It's clear that she has an underlying attitude of self-importance and self-indulgence. She wants the guy to be impressed and to hold her in high regard. She wants him to admire her and to charm him with all her finery. She wants him to affirm that she really is something because she has so much great stuff. Possessions is the 14th point of contrast. You can tell a girl gone wise from a girl gone wild based on her attitude towards money and the way she manages her resources. A wild thing is obsessed with spending her money and time and energy on things that she thinks will make her desirable and enviable, or to indulge in her own senses and pleasures. The attitude of a wise thing is markedly different. She's circumspect. She's careful about the way she spends her money. She spends it with a view to the needs of others and with the kingdom economy in mind. The wise woman of Proverbs 31, for example, she opened her hand to the poor, reached out her hands to the needy, and made bed coverings for herself. That's what the passage in Proverbs tells us. She didn't buy exclusive designer brand Egyptian colored linens like the Proverbs 7 woman did. She was much more careful and circumspect about the way she spent her money. She probably could have afforded the same sorts of luxuries. If she would have kept the money instead of giving it away to the poor, she could have bought the Egyptian linens for bed coverings instead of making her own. But she regarded the work of the kingdom as more important than living in luxury and having luxury items. The Bible teaches that what you do with your money or what you desire to do with it can make or break your happiness forever. A girl gone wild is a voracious consumer. She treasures the things of this world more than she treasures Jesus Christ. She settles for the fleeting pleasures that don't satisfy her deepest needs. And in the end, all this stuff ultimately eats away at her and destroys her soul. The problem isn't that we have money, but when we decide to just spend it on ourselves and invest in worldly things and neglect to invest in the kingdom. Scripture says that if we are wise, we won't just settle for stuff the world can offer. We'll want immeasurably more. We'll want more than its cheap and temporary thrills. So what does this mean for you? It means that you should be generous with your money and give it to your church, to ministries, to missions, to people, all to further the gospel of Jesus Christ. But it also means that you generously give of other things. Open up your home, share your food, your possessions, your time, your energy, your affection, and all the other resources and things that God has entrusted to you. How do you spend your money? How do you spend your time, your energy? What do you do with your possessions? Are you in love with Jesus, or are you more in love with the stuff and with getting more stuff? Are you a shopaholic? Are you focused on acquiring treasures that wear out, break down, and can be stolen when you ought to be setting your heart on riches that last forever? The girl gone wild can't wait to go out to the mall and buy more stuff. But the girl gone wise lays up for herself treasures in heaven. She knows that where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.